Now let us discuss the same time complexity and space complexity for depth first search. A sample graph has been given to you, a search tree or graph. Tree is also a graph, has been given to you. And let us propose how the depth first search may proceed. A is the start and G is the goal state. So it may go here, 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 now. And right here. This is a plausible depth first search procedure, and see if the goal is at a level D, all the nodes at the level D and above had to be traversed. Actually more than that, but at least I can say all the nodes in has been traversed. So the time complexity again is of 1 plus b square up to b to the power d, that is of the order of b to the power d, where d is the depth at which the goal lies. For the space complexity of depth first search, I would rather logically argue to you in this manner that assume that n is the maximum height of the tree. If n is the maximum height of the tree, then the depth first search, for example, will go up to the maximum height n. As we have seen, from if h is at a level n, this node if this is at a level n, it will go up to that level n. Now at each level, how many nodes are added to the frontier? Since the branching factor is b, at each level b nodes are added, and at the level n, before exploring to since at each level n, at each level you are adding b nodes, you are exploring one of them and keeping the b minus 1 rest of them. So at level n you have stored b minus 1 into n nodes in your frontier, and since b is usually bn, this is actually bn minus n for all practical purposes. Since bn is much greater than n, usually the problems are such, the problems that we face. What does actually branching factor mean? Branching factor is physically interpreted as the number of choices or the number of actions that you can take from one state. Since in the practical world the number of options or actions that you have at each state is quite large, b is considerably high, and then therefore bn will be much greater than n, and hence we can logically argue that the space complexity can be written as bgo of the order of bn. Here I will make one comment to you. In breadth first search, when we described breadth first search, we saw that the breadth first search was always giving you the optimal solution. Breadth first search was complete in both finite and infinite trees, and it was always giving you the optimal solution. The depth first search was maybe incomplete in an infinite tree, and may also sometimes give you suboptimal solution. So if breadth first search is having all those disadvantages, if depth first search is all having those disadvantages, why do we study depth first search at all? This is the point that I would want to highlight. Depth first search has a space complexity which is linear in the branching factor, in contrary to breadth first search, which had a space complexity which was exponential in the branching factor. So for algorithms or for applications in which the branching factor is high, is not always high, I should say moderate or moderate to high, and I can afford a suboptimal solution at the cost of lesser memory requirement, then I will go for a depth first search. So this is the advantage of depth first search over breadth first search. So if somebody asks you what is the main advantage of BFS versus DFS, the main point that comes here is space complexity. DFS has a space complexity which is linear in the branching factor, and BFS has a space complexity which is exponential in the branching factor.